Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the On Deck Podcast, a Prospects Live podcast. We have been called Baseball Potpourri, we have been called General Baseball, and most recently, we have been called A Sight for the Second Coming. Odd, but thanks for your YouTube comments. Either way, we are your hosts and your friends, starting, of course, with the Prospects Live Director of Amateur Scouting, the mustachioed man, never hatless, Coach Nate Rasmussen. Nate, hi.
Hey Drew, excited to be recording. I'm in a new studio right now. I'm back in Eugene doing some coaching stuff down here, but glad to be back on with the fellas. Excited to talk some trades.
Definitely. Background is certainly less interesting, much more industrial, but practical, I'm sure.
I will fix the background once I'm back here full time for our
Yeah.
video watchers.
Yeah.
We put a
I don't
green
know.
screen back there.
A green screen would be very neat. I'd like that a lot. Well, from the mouth, from the brain to the mouth, good ideas from this man. He is currently jacked up on pain medication. He is no longer free range, but he is the face of baseball media. He is the middleman. He is the director of professional scouting at Prospects Live. This is Rhys B. White. Rhys, hi.
Hi, I'm Rhys.
Yeah, you are.
No. Hey Drew, how's it going?
It's fine. Thanks. How are you doing, pal?
I'm here in
I'm,
spirit
I'm
and
glad to
physically.
hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Glad you're here. And of course, it's me, your friend, your host, your boy, the man with no title, Drew Wheeler. Glad to be here with you. And today, on deck, episode number 21. The podcast can drink now if episodes were years. We are going to be, Nate, as the great phrase says, talent borrows, but genius steals. The three of us are nothing if not geniuses. And so today we are going to be plucking out some things in sort of an episode-long draft format in order to build out trade deadlines. The way that it'll work, we'll get into after the break, because before we get into anything, I need to hear a little drop teens. So if you would, please play me some drop teens now.
And the boys in the corner are trying to figure you out. I don't wanna play that game. I don't wanna know your name.
All right, very good. And let's talk about this game, shall we? So, what we're going to be doing is we will be picking in order a player to go to a team. If this player is traded at the deadline, we will receive 1 point. If we happen to get the player to the correct team, what should be 2 or 3 points at that point? What do y'all think?
3.
3 points.
3.
You get the player gets traded, 1 point. If you get the player to the team, 3 points. We're going 5 rounds. Once a player has been picked, they cannot be picked again. So we can't have everybody just guessing Eugenio Suarez to 15 teams. So once a player's picked, he's gone. So we're going to have to be both smart and accurate with our predictions. And so let's jump right into the game. Rhys, my buddy, you are the one who is the most high on medication, and that has been the qualifying factor to pick first for this episode. It just so happened to be the secret word of the day. So if you will, you may choose a player-to-team combination. Start us off.
Cue the Travis Scott Heist in the Room song. I am going to go maybe a little off the board here. I'm going to go, the Keller Fellers are moving to New York. They're moving to the Yankees. I think that the Yankees need the idea of an upside starter, and I think Mitch Keller is the perfect idea of an upside starter. Now, Yankees fans are probably going to dislike him after his third or fourth start with the team, because he's going to have his Mitch Kellerness is going to shine through on the biggest stage. But I think that's a trade that makes a lot of sense. I believe he's got a year or so of command or of team control, so I'm not efforting that. I could if I wanted to, but actually I want to do that because this way I can kind of Mitch Keller. I can spell, I promise. But yeah, I think Mitch Keller to the Yankees is my pick.
Okay. I think
Oh, he's a free
that's
agent in
fair.
2029. That's going to cost a lot.
But I mean, we know the Yankees have a relatively deep system. We know that they could probably supplement the Pirates. We're not making the full trade, obviously, here, guys, because we don't have time for 15 trade machines. But
Spencer Jones, get ready to learn Pittsburgh, buddy.
I mean, I don't. I personally am crawling in my skin thinking about that. Hashtag Lincoln Park. But I think that pieces that could help the Pirates going forward that really have no avenue to playing time in New York, the Pirates could feasibly use those. So I think that's a pretty good shout, Rhys. Nate, any thoughts on Rhys's first Keller to the Yankees?
I think that is an A-plus pitcher and team pairing. I would be lying if that wasn't at the top of my mind when thinking about the most tradable assets at the deadline.
Very good. Very good. Well, Nate, funny you mention it because now you're up. Now you need to think of a team and a player combo nation. So I'm curious, what's your thoughts? Where are you leaning? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I have no rhyme or reason to why I'm picking certain guys here or whatnot. I'm one-handed right now because I forgot my mic stand, so I'm holding my mic. So I'm just going to kind of fire from the hip
He's
right
just
now.
like me, one-handed right now.
We are sending... Let's send David Bednar to the Dodgers.
All right.
Makes you want to throw up.
David Bednar is going to get traded at the deadline. What contending teams think that they can, continue the fix with him and might need an extra righty? The Dodgers, it's important to note that Edgardo Henriquez is now back in that bullpen, which does limit the need for a righty, but Will Klein is also in that bullpen, and I think the Dodgers are going to go for it regardless. So that is my first one: is Bednar to the Dodgers. Sorry.
Edgardo Henriquez wears the tightest pants you'll ever see any player wear. By the way, I remember I actually saw him when he blew out in Single A. It wasn't a fun sight. But yeah, I'm happy that he's back.
I'm good. He does wear tight pants. Okay.
He does.
Okay.
He is so good.
He's so good. It's like a generational arm talent guy. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're not here to talk about that.
No, we are not. Rhys, David Bednar to the Dodgers. I believe your initial response was gross. Would you like to follow that up with any other thoughts?
It's only gross because the Dodgers need to keep pillaging former closers from the NL Central. But no, it's a good idea. Honestly, they can fix him. Tanner Scott has been dealing with some stuff too. Not that Tanner Scott's a righty by any means, but they need that bullpen depth.
Certainly. I also like that. I think that the Dodgers, if you think they're not going to be playing in the relief market, you haven't been watching baseball for a minute, have you? So I definitely think Bednar is a piece that they could probably acquire with relative ease and cheapness as well. So, yeah, we'll see. All right. I think to make this a little fun for myself, I think I'm going to send players to both of your favorite teams to jumpstart us. So I'll start with the one that I know for sure we need. Nate, your Mariners, you are in dire need of someone, a large-bodied individual that can play first base, I'm assuming, right? That's something you probably wouldn't argue
Alec
with.
Burleson for Bryce Miller?
That's the trade. That's the trade. No, it is not the trade. We're gonna move somebody. I was about to say a really mean thing. I'm not going to. We're gonna move Josh Naylor to the Mariners. We've seen Seattle, Arizona work out some trades previously. How have those worked? I'm not going to say anything. There is a Mariners fan in the room. So I think that this could be good for the Mariners. Gives them an exciting young bat to play out the season with. Rhys, we'll start with you. Naylor to the Mariners. Naylor? We hardly know her.
I think you nailed this one. I think this is where they should be looking in that bucket of players. He provides exactly what that team needs.
Indubitably. All right. Nate, Josh Naylor to your Mariners. Thoughts? Prayers?
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I think it would definitely help the team. I'm all for giving up some of the prospects that the Mariners have just because they have so many. So I would love either, a Suarez or a Naylor or maybe a package of both. You're just buying very heavily on rentals that you probably won't extend. So that's an interesting theory, but I'm always in the go for it mode when you have that much starting pitching talent. So yeah, good trade, Drew.
Thank you. I'll try to make it 2 in a row by sending. Yeah, let's do a spicy one. Shall we get spicy? Rhys, what exactly do you think the Tigers would need? I agree. A center fielder, maybe, right?
Yeah, someone who can hit. The lineup has decided that they don't want to score runs. Maybe some pitchers outside of Tarek Skubal. No, I think that they need a close. I think they need like a lights out closer or like a high leverage guy, and I think they need a batter too.
Okay. Well, you have swung my decision making. I was going to give you a bat, but I think I'm going to give you a pitcher instead. What if that big pitcher was going to be Ryan Helsley to the Tigers? How about that? Let's put Ryan Helsley in Detroit. Yeah, let's put Ryan Helsley in Detroit. Nathaniel, you love closers. It's in one of the things you do at the site, the closer hierarchy. It's a pyramid. What do you think of Helsley to the Tigers?
Helsley's awesome, a great pitcher. The Tigers could use, one or two more late inning types. They have some great relievers already, but I would love to add to that. And Helsley is one of the best in the game. So yeah, I'm all in there.
There you go. Rhys, you think you could get behind this?
I think that Helsley sliding in as the eighth inning, maybe ninth inning guy, just depending on matchups and lineup, that they're going against, I think is a great fit. He wouldn't cost one of the top 3 prospects and Bryce Rayner, so I think this would be a great fit.
I think so. I think certainly a top 10 prospect, but I agree with you, not that uppermost echelon there.
Chase Young, get ready to learn St. Louis, buddy.
Get ready to learn St. Louis. Missouri is calling. Nate, let's move to you, sir. Your second of the matchups here. What do you got? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we're going to focus on trading guys who I think are definitely going to be traded. Ryan O'Hearn falls into that category. What teams need first baseman? A couple immediately jump out to me. Here's a team that I think might be aggressive in half buying at this deadline, maybe not going all in on a star, but I think the Giants are in a position to get a wild card spot. And I would be interested to see if they buy or sell. They've lost 7 of their last 10, so it's getting a little bit scary. But I think the Giants always kind of do things I don't expect. So we're sending Ryan O'Hearn to the San Francisco Giants, who have a need for a first baseman at the moment.
I definitely think that need is a very short-term one, obviously. I think you guys can float that with me. Dom Smith has not been as hot as he was at some points in this season. That's not your stopgap here. I definitely agree. A rental at best, and I think that O'Hearn is just a better version of that. Rhys, Ryan O'Hearn at Giants?
I like it a lot. I think that it lengthens out that lineup a little bit. I don't think O'Hearn needs to play every day because I know Devers is just getting some action at first base lately. Who would have guessed that you could put Rafael Devers at first base? Not me or the Red Sox, apparently. So, yeah.
Truly a mystery. Truly a mystery. Rhys, that is going to take us to you for 2 straight trades. Your brain unleashed to the world for double the length. Let's go.
Okay, so I saw that the Royals need to get controllable outfielders. And who's the prospect that's going to get traded the most? Who's going to get traded this deadline? It's Owen Casey. We're sending Seth Lugo to the Chicago Cubs.
I like that.
I do too.
Gives them the 3 starter for their playoff rotation. He's reliable. He's not sexy, but he's going to give you 6 to 7 innings of
baseball?
5 strikeouts. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. I was trying to think of the strikeouts.
Are you talking about Matt Boyd?
No. Well, he's Matt Boyd, but like with health.
Right, exactly. Hey, you've got Matt Boyd, and now you have Matt Boyd plus, Cubs fans.
Yes.
Get excited.
You have right-handed Matthew Boyd, so.
Exactly. Hey, you've got one of each. They've got the full set now. Nate, the righty and lefty version of Matt Boyd will exist in the Cubs per Rhys. Thoughts?
That's one of the best things Rhys White has ever done, right there. I love it. I love it so much. Rhys, that was, and I know I might sound sarcastic. That's a beautiful freaking trade, man. And I love it.
Imagine, Rhys, if you get to write about that trade, huh? You get to write about Owen Casey and Seth Lugo in the same article?
Oh, I can't wait to write about Seth Lugo. What?
I know.
Okay. Do I really want to get? Do I just take the part that's falling to me? I am. Let me stall for a second. I want to look at their roster resource page really quickly. I want to see what their third base situation is because I want to go a little bit off the board. The Brewers have a lot of prospects, like a lot to deal, and they are playing the best baseball right now. We're talking about a team that's running Caleb Durbin at third base. No shot at Doc, but that's not what you want. Although Caleb Durbin has been quite good. I messaged Doc recently and I was like, you know what team could really use Caleb Durbin? The New York Yankees. But I'm going to be sending Eugenio Suarez to Milwaukee because I think that that'd be a great fit. And the Brewers have more prospects than they know what to do with.
Certainly a good way to cash in on some of that prospect capital. Nathaniel, Eugenio Suarez at Brewers?
It doesn't feel like the Brewers type of deal. I might be totally wrong on that. I don't know what the Brewers type of deal is. Right? So I love it. I love it from like a baseball perspective and an outside perspective. Will it happen? Probably not, but I love it.
I think that they can get a prospect back, obviously, and I think they can get one of the 12 starting pitchers that the Brewers are running out there these days.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think
it's not my best. It's not my best work. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that
they also have this guy named Isaac Collins. They have this guy named Isaac Collins, who I do have no idea who that is.
I saw him play the other day. Yeah, I was trying to figure out who he was. I'm not gonna lie.
Isaac Collins, guys, plays baseball for the Brewers.
Shout out
what are you talking about? Yeah. Isaac Collins. Come on, these guys. Nate, that brings us to you, sir. Just a quick recap for you guys at home. Nate, the author behind your previous hits, David Bednar to the Dodgers and Ryan O'Hearn to the Giants. What are you going to follow those up with, my man?
Yeah, man, I'm going to keep going down the weird route, and let's trade Mike Soroka to the Houston Astros. I love it. I love it. I don't know. It feels right. I like Mike Soroka a lot. I think that he could be a back-end starter to get a team to the playoffs and then slide into the bullpen come playoff time. Soroka's been cool in Washington, but Washington doesn't need him, and it's a tradable asset. And you will get something back from a farm system in Houston, and Houston isn't positioned to trade for like a really good starting pitcher. They don't have the prospects. You want to give up Xavier Nyans already? Your highest potential prospect that you've had in that system in 3 years? I wouldn't do it. So they're going to have to settle for the Mike Sorokas of the world.
Settle, but I think, I want to say, I don't want to speak for Rhys, I think we're all in the same boat that would actually be an incredibly good trade for them because Soroka can operate out of both.
Pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Soroka can operate out of both roles there. Very cool. Rhys, Mike Soroka, you are a Houston Astro, ?
I think that is a fantastic marriage. I don't think Mike Soroka is going to cost anything either. Like, I don't think it's going to cost. Yeah. It's a shallow farm system. Maybe they can trade. Maybe they can get.
It's like Shea Whitcomb or something.
Shea Whitcomb, free him from his night. You know, I mean, he honestly, he's had a chance to establish himself. I don't even think they're dipping into the Bryce Matthews sort of range. So yeah, I'm in on this.
I think so. I like it. So I kind of, Rhys, you said a moment ago you caught the piece that was falling to you with Eugenio Suarez. I think I need to do the same, just because, as you guys know, I love gaming a draft and putting points on the board where I can. So let's go with Old Faithful here. If the beautiful Seth Lugo to the Cubs trade doesn't work out, or maybe in addition to it, let's just make it happen. Sandy Alcantara, you are a Chicago Cubs.
I had it on my board. That was my next pick, was that exact matchup. Attaboy, Drew.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Nate, do you want to wax poetic about Alcantara? Obviously, he's turned corner-ish, and I do think that certain teams are wanting to pay your bottom Alcantara rate, but we've got control there. There's control of the contract, and this is a guy who was, I will use that phrase, an ace within the very memorable past.
Yeah. It's a controllable pitcher with upside that you won't find in this set. It's like the upside that Mitch Keller doesn't have, right? With enough performance to get you into the playoffs, and it's expensive. So if he's a good pitcher, it's like, all right, we're paying a little bit for this guy. But if he's great, it's well worth the money. So yeah, I think Alcantara to any of these contenders who need pitching is probably a good deal.
I think so as well. Rhys, Sandy Alcantara to the Cubs. I feel like we've talked about this 300 times. Thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, the Marlins should have pulled him out of his most recent start and traded him right then and there. Trade him while the value's still high, before he goes out and lays a stinker in the next one.
Strike while the
That's what
iron
he's
is hot,
doing.
so to say.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I can't argue with that. And along the same lines, let's put points on the board. I'm going to trade a center fielder to the Phillies, and I'm going to make it Cedric Mullins. I think that feels the safest. That's the one that I've been the most kind of
Close
into.
up my board.
Well, I'm sorry. That's been the one that I've been the most into the thought of, and I think it might be the cheapest, considering some of the other options. Maybe. So that's what I'm going to go with. Rhys, we'll start with you. You said it blew up your board. Mullins to the Phillies. What's the thought?
My prediction was Cedric Mullins was going to get traded, and I honestly should have taken him instead of my last pick, Eugenio Suarez. But I was going to go with the Astros. The Astros need a left-handed hitting center fielder too. But I think that's a great fit. It's exactly a lot of teams are going to be in on Cedric Mullins. So it makes me wonder if the price of this is going to raise just a little bit.
It might. That's a good point. Nate, thoughts on that with Mullins to the Phils?
I think we talked about it in a previous trade machine about a month ago. But yeah, I think it's perfect, and I would love that for your Phils. I think it's a match made in heaven.
Thank you. You know what else is a match made in heaven, Nate? You and this upcoming trade. So marry them up.
I'm gonna keep going unsexy with my picks because that's how I like it.
Nate likes to be unsexy.
Let me rephrase that. Actually, no. Let's just go straight to it here. We are sending
Put that on your hinge.
We are sending Yoan Moncada to the Toronto Blue Jays. This is getting disgusting, guys. I'm so sorry for what I'm doing here.
I feel like we need to take a shower after that. What? That's
the Blue Jays need options and need maybe a right-handed stick. Will Wagner is like their third baseman right now. Things are getting weird. There's like Davis Schneider's there. It's just
don't disparage Will Wagner. I believe him and I are the only ones that still believe.
You believe? That's interesting. Yeah, it's a weird team right now, and I think that they could use one more bat, and I don't know. It makes sense to me in my head. That's all I've got.
I don't dislike it, but it is nasty.
It's gross.
Nasty, Nate.
It's gross.
Rhys, do you have anything to say about this?
I feel icky, but also Yoan Moncada was on my board, and I was going to trade him to the Chicago Cubs. I was gonna because the Matt Shaw thing is just not working right now. So let's trade one disgusting at bat for the oh god. Yeah, I feel gross, but Yoan Moncada, that's a good pick.
Very good.
Is
Rhys,
Yoan Moncada even better than Matt Shaw? Sorry, I'm doing research real fast. Yeah, Yoan Moncada's actually been really good this year. I knew that.
He's been sneakily very good.
I mean,
it's been very good.
I think that kind of opens up another. No, it's fine. I think it kind of opens up another can of worms, though, doesn't it, Nate? What is Matt Shaw? If Matt Shaw eventually kind of skunks Yoan Moncada, that looks really lopsided. I don't guess it's a one-for-one trade, but whatever. You get what I'm saying.
I think it's a move that you tell Matt Shaw, hey, we still believe in you, but we need present reinforcements right now. We kind of have this Kyle Tucker thing hanging overhead. So,
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Rhys, back to you, sir. Another 2 in a row. Your final stabs at the board.
Don't want to get gross. Don't want to be boring.
You could do one.
Want to be a little exciting. I could. I want to do Luis Robert. I'm going to trade him to. Let's see. I know Jackson Merrill is their normal center fielder, but they also have Gavin Sheets playing in that outfield. And that cannot continue to keep happening. He's a nice stopgap right now. I'm sending Luis Robert to the San Diego Padres. They recently mentioned that money isn't a problem for them. So, yeah, I'm going to take that. Gavin Sheets, you kind of slide into the DH role. We'll figure it out when we get to that point. That's an issue for future Rhys to deal with. I think that they go upside swinging because AJ Preller is constantly on the hot seat. And what better way to not be on the hot seat than by acquiring Luis Robert?
Fair enough. Money is not a problem for them. Must be nice. Say some teams, say some men in orange hats. Nate, thoughts? Robert to the Padres.
It's awesome. They need an outfielder. I kind of believe in Luis Robert, so that makes me kind of believe in this trade.
Okay. Well, I won't fight any of that at all. I think that it seems like a move that could be made. We know Padres and White Sox have a well-documented pipeline of trades, so we'll leave the status of those for you all to research at home. Rhys, you said you were going flashy. Are we going to end on a boring note, or are you going to go flashier?
I would love to see the Tigers make a trade for a third baseman. I really would.
Okay.
And we are going to send them Maikel Garcia. I think that Maikel Garcia's underrated season. I mean, I think he's been playing more outfield, if I'm going to be honest. But I believe in him. I believe in the breakout. He's only 25 years old. He's had quite a bit of major league service time under his belt. I think there's a chance that he gets dealt at this trade deadline as the Royals sort of remove some things around. And I think that Maikel Garcia could get them maybe a nice little trade package back.
Interesting. Maikel Garcia to Detroit. Nate, what's the word on that? The young speedster amidst a quietly interesting year. What do you think?
Maikel Garcia is a really good player, man, and there's always this other level to him that people have been talking about for years of like, what if he like makes really good quality contact to the pull side because he's so strong. I'm starting to think it's not going to happen because it has never happened, but he's slowly ticking up there. I have heard his name in a lot of trade rumors. I don't know if I would trade him if I was Kansas City.
I wouldn't trade him. To be fair, I wouldn't. I think it'd be stupid to trade him.
In Division 2 makes me want to poo-poo on this, but I would love the trade if it did happen, which gives me a big Rhys White thumbs up.
And I think that he also provides a lot of cover in a lot of different spots. I mean, let's just talk about the positions that he's played just this year alone. Third base, second base, shortstop, center field, right field, and we're not going to count DH as on a real position. So, yeah, he can basically play anywhere.
I think if
he can
you
be like
want,
your Ben Zobrist.
I think if you wanted a third baseman to the Tigers here, Rhys, that may be one of the more interesting options kind of on my board, at least, of guys that I could see theoretically being traded. So,
because I think they want to make a trade, but I think they want to make a trade for something that they can have team control of for a while. And I think Maikel Garcia is on a pretty sweet contract. He's not a free agent until 2030, which isn't a real year. So he's ARB eligible.
2030, not a real year. You heard it here first. That's scary. Nate, you have gone an interesting path here. I'm curious, what's your brain cooking up here, buddy? Are we going to go the nastiest nasty Nate can get? What are we doing?
I have a prospect trade that I really want to do.
I was about to say, get ready to talk about Rocky's relievers.
I have that on my list. I have a honorable mentions that I've just been trying to think of as this has been going on.
Okay.
I can't trade a prospect. I'm going to keep it to MLB players. I was going to trade a prospect. We're going to Dennis Santana to the New York Yankees. We're sticking with my guns, which is weird trades that, aren't sexy, but they help build contenders. Who can name the lefty reliever in the New York Yankees bullpen?
It's Ian, what's his name, isn't it?
Hamilton?
It's Tim Hill. It's their only lefty reliever currently. Right. They have Ryan Yarbrough too. They need a lefty. Yarborough's on the IL. They need a lefty reliever. At some point, Dennis Santana is going to be one of the better ones available. Not sexy, but he slides in as like your fourth best reliever on a really good team. And they could use some bullpen reinforcements at some point. So we're doing that. And I won the draft taking just the worst picks ever.
It's to be determined, but I'm not going to say you didn't win the draft.
I did not.
I have a dart that I want to throw your way, Nate, that you can catch. I'm thinking it's either going to stab you in the face or you can catch it and direct it at the dartboard for me. I'm just going to go ahead. They need a lefty. I really wish that my one of my favorite crushes of relief pitchers this year, Justin Lawrence was healthy. Man, that'd be an
Yeah.
interesting piece too, huh?
Yeah. I like Lawrence. I've always liked Lawrence.
He's the Lawrence brother that we can get behind. You ladies can have your Lawrence brothers, your Woe and Trees and whatever. Rhys, Dennis Santana to the Yankees. Drew Wheeler famously predicted he would have 15 saves for the Pirates this year. We're not going to talk about that one, but maybe he could go to the Yankees and do some stuff. What do you think?
I'm with it. I think that's a good idea. I think that Nate's draft has been very. He hit it right down the middle. There's no like if he wins, it's because you and I took some swings. And
Wow.
that's not a shot at Nate. I think Nate made some good picks. He picked guys that are clearly going to be traded. I think I went a little out of left field with some of mine. But that's fine. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I think Dennis sent him to the Yankees. I think honestly he might slot in higher than the fourth. I think he could work his way into being like the setup guy
I think
sort
so
of guy.
too.
Because have you seen that bullpen sneakily not great?
It's suspect. It's suspect.
Luke Weaver can only do so much carrying.
Boy, he carries a lot, but he does. He is but one man. All right, let's have a look here. I know who I want to trade somebody to, and it is the Rotten Mets, my least favorite of all the teams. But why do that? That feels so boring. Doing something that I
They have
don't
a lot
love.
of needs. Sneakily,
They do have a lot of needs. They could use a credible catcher. They could use a DH. They could probably use a second baseman. They could probably use a third baseman. They could use some bench bats.
You know what they could
Probably
need?
use a
They need
starting
new.
pitcher.
They could use a new manager too. I think their manager is one of the worst in baseball. I think Carlos Mendoza is awful.
Shout out Carlos Mendoza. Rhys White coming for your job.
Aaron Boone, also not a great manager. Well, I'm just going to go through my manager power rankings.
I'm gonna go flashy. I think. I'm gonna make a big funky trade, flashy one, and I'm trying to figure out who I wanted. I'll let you guys pick. Should I trade
Reteamer in here.
Jared? Oh God, no. Jaron Duran, Marcelo Zuna, Dylan Cease, or Joe Ryan. You could choose.
Joe Ryan.
Okay, that's the one that feels the most unlikely. So we're gonna do Joe Ryan and who needs a pitcher the most and has the prospect capital to get it done. I think we did Joe Ryan or we did Joan Duran to the Phillies. I think that
Yeah.
Ryan would cost an exorbitant amount. I'm scared to see what that is.
I think the Mets have the prospects to make the Joe Ryan trade. It's just, do they make the Joe Ryan trade?
Okay, yeah, let's do Joe Ryan to the Mets. As bad as I hate it, I think I would hate it, and I'd hate to have to hate Joe Ryan, but like you said, they have the prospects to do it. Nate, Joe Ryan to the New York Mets. Thoughts?
That's not expected.
It's not the first team that comes to mind for Ryan for me. But it's an interesting one, and the Mets like taking swings, and they have some fun prospects. See you later, Carson Bench. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Goodbye, Carson Bench.
Yeah.
Goodbye, other players.
Smell
Goodbye, Jonah
ya.
Tong. Yeah, goodbye, guys. I really wanted to do Phillies. I thought about Dodgers and just being the most ultimate boring ever. But, I mean, talk about teams that don't mind taking on a pitcher, need 3,000 pitchers per year, and have prospects. That's the Dodgers. But, alas, I've already said the Mets, and I hate myself for doing it. Rhys, Joe Ryan to the Mets. You are the impetus of this trade. What do you think of it?
I like it a lot. I think that's a good trade for all parties involved. I think that it's going to cost a lot for the Mets. I don't know if the Mets, former Brewers front office makes that swing, but I think that if they were willing to, they could replace Nolan McLean and Jonah Tong. I think they draft well enough.
Yeah, theoretically.
Because in theory, those two both have to go back in this trade.
You would think those two, and then probably another two players,
and then Benj, and then whatever of the slop of Jet Williams, AJ Ewing, whichever sort of guy in that slop of player.
Ryan Clifford, Drew Gilbert.
Ugh. I guess.
Yes. Nate, you said you were working on some honorable mentions.
I had an
Yeah.
honorable mention.
So here's the one fun one that I wanted to do was Rhys Iglesias to the Phillies. I like that one a lot. Let's get weird now. Zach Eflin, you are a Houston Astro. Jake Bird, you are a Milwaukee Brewer. Ty Pete, see you in Colorado, buddy. Alex Freeland, you're a Cardinal. And that's where my list ends.
Alex Freeland is the most Cardinals pitcher who's never pitched for the Cardinals. I had a fun one that doesn't really make a lot of sense. It was
What you
Steven
got?
Kwan for Chris Bubich, in a challenge trade of sorts. Now the reason I thought of it was, why would you not want a good pitcher? But the Royals mentioned that they really want to get outfielders, and Kwan might be the best outfielder that's available. He is a free agent in 2028, so you're getting an extra year of service. Plus, you're getting. I mean, could you imagine Steven Kwan, Bobby Witt, the idea of Vinny Pasquantino, and then the rest of that lineup?
Jack Caglione. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the idea of Jack Caglione is not great either. But it is what it is. That's a Michael Garcia in Detroit. So yeah, I kind of like that one. I was gonna come up with individual trades for the Rockies relievers, but I didn't really think of any that was like, because I think a lot of them still have quite a bit of control. I think Halverson has some control. Vodnik has quite a bit of control. Vodnik's going to be nasty the moment that he's free from cores. I think he's going to take a step forward into being like a top 10 relief pitcher when that happens. And then there was one other one. Let me see. If I look at the teams, I kind of like the Padres while buying Luis Robert, maybe also selling off Michael King or Dylan Cease to get some things back to stock up that farm system. But that one wasn't as exciting. It didn't really match my thing. I also would have loved to seen a Reed Detmers trade. I just didn't know where to.
I had Detmers on my list, but I couldn't figure out where to put him either. I really wanted to move Sean Murphy to the Mets, but again, end division, and that just
and a big contract.
Yeah, they need a catcher, and Murphy I think could get moved, but anyway, good honorable mentions from both of you. If you don't mind, guys, we're gonna have this graphic on Twitter here soon. We'll keep up with that, but. For just a moment, we're going to throw you to the drop teens, let some sweet, sweet music enter your ears and into your brain, and then we're going to be right back for another segment of On Deck. Stay tuned.
And thank you to the Drop Teens for that fantastic music break. I know that you guys definitely needed it just as much as I needed it. We're going to talk about what's going on at Prospects Live. A lot of stuff has happened at Prospects Live. The MLB draft, the content from that has sort of slowed down because we are now going to focus on Nate Rasmussen's 20-round mock that he's going to be doing for the 2026 draft, and we are going to be holding him to that. That is going to be his job. His job is on the line. No, I'm just joking. He's not doing that. I would not ask that on my worst enemy. Our fantastic draft coverage, we put a bow on it, basically college program winners for the 2025 draft. We have Tom, not in a draft article, but his 3 Up, 3 Down series. We have the Samada got together and he wrote a nice article, Plive plus deep sea diving. We have the MLB draft recap, the staff picks, 36-minute read of fantastic insight on what we thought, what the staff thought of the MLB draft. Did I write something in that? No, I did not, which is probably for the best for everybody involved. The Dynasty Diploma continues to kick off. We had our On Deck where who won the draft. And with that, we have our daily sheet still rocking and rolling. And with that, what is on your mind, Drew Wheeler?
Yes. So before we came on the air, we had a chat as we tend to do. We are friends, the three of us. We're pals. We tend to just chat. We're chatty Cathys. It came up that Rhys used to have long hair. So I wanted to show the boys a photo of me in college before I lost my hair. I had very, very long hair. You guys both saw it. I showed you both a picture of myself with professional wrestlers Homicide and Jerry Lynn. Separate photos from a 2009 house show that I went to. Wrestling, very good stuff. Anyway, along this line, Nate said something interesting that I wanted to bring up here. So Nate used the phrase, and you're going to have to correct me here. I stalked Drew's Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn like I was, what did you say, scouting a mate? Like I was a woman scouting a future mate or like a future boyfriend?
Yeah, like a woman doing a background check on a man before a serious
Yeah, yeah.
relationship begins. Just got to make sure you
Okay.
know what you're getting into. I feel the same way with podcast hosts. I mean, this is a long-term relationship we're entering
Yeah,
into, and
yeah.
we're in it now. I mean, we're in it.
We're in it. We're in
I
it.
just had to check on my boy.
Okay, so my question is, Nate, what did you learn about Drew? What inferences can you make, and what did you learn? What did you not? Just go wild here. What did you learn about Drew?
I don't think I learned anything that was like outstandingly surprising. I just thought it was cool seeing you like back in your younger days. I like the wedding picture with Mallory was very wholesome. Just seeing a bunch of pictures of a dog. I don't remember which dog that is, but your first couple pictures were dogs on your Instagram. And let's see how far back. I mean, we're talking 2013 dog picture of Barney. I mean, that's wholesome as anything. Um, Drew's Instagram is exactly how you'd expect Drew's Instagram to be. It's just funny and it's funny pictures and it's sparing posts and most of them have Mallory in it. But it was very good. And then your LinkedIn was interesting to get a bit more of like a professional background. I love looking at people's LinkedIns who are like older than me just to see like what they were doing when they were my age and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a deep stuff. I can't say I learned anything else about you except it reinforced and reaffirmed things that I already assumed, but I guess you don't know because we are internet friends or whatnot. But it like gets you that the one step closer to someone by seeing like, I don't know, the more personal side of them on social
Yeah.
media, I suppose.
So, what do you think was most affirmed? You said you didn't learn anything new so much as affirmed. What was affirmed?
You're just a funny guy, man. And you don't care what people think about you in like the best way. You're just like, this is me and this is awesome. Um, so
I don't know
yeah,
that I'd
if
say
that makes
awesome.
sense, it's like your Instagram's like funny. Like it's like you've had your sense of humor for a long time and it makes
Yeah,
sense that you were like a wrestler because of that, you know, like it I don't know. It all
thanks.
everything made more sense in my opinion.
Makes more sense. Thanks. It's a shame that you couldn't see my Instagram before Mallory pruned it for baseball use. Because man, I had such stupid stuff. Such stupid stuff. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to find one post in particular that I just love so much. But Nate, I am gonna throw it to you, buddy. Nathaniel, what's on your mind?
Yeah, so I'm here in Oregon. I scheduled a tournament with my 16U team to play in Oregon for our last tournament. So background, I coach youth baseball in the summer as a way to make a couple extra bucks, and I just think it's like the most wholesome, happy thing ever. Youth baseball has turned into like this money grab. It's really expensive and it's not fun anymore for a lot of these kids. And it was mostly fun for me growing up. So I kind of wanted to continue that legacy, if you will. And I always wanted to be a coach and all of that. And now I'm a college coach, but this was my step into coaching. It was 4 years ago. I started coaching at this baseball facility that was called Go Time Athletics. They created select teams for summer travel ball. It became Washington Baseball Academy. I started out as an assistant coach on our 16U and 18U teams for 2 summers while I was a freshman and sophomore in college. So it was kind of weird because I was coaching people pretty close to my age. And then I stepped into more of like a pitching and analytics role within the program. And then they gave me my own team when I was 21 last year, and I coached a 15U team. And then I continued with that team this year into 16U baseball. And I kind of got to pick my roster this year and get some guys from outside of the program and turn it into a really competitive team. And I've got a lot of kids who are going to play like good college baseball in their future. And they're 16 and 17. So it's a weird time or whatever. But it's been like the most rewarding thing I've done in my life was just like establishing this relationship with these kids that I'm going to have for the rest of my life, man. Like I'm hoping that they'll send me like graduation cards and like let me know what they're doing in life. Like, it feels like this kind of like forever coaching thing.
really
That's my TED
sweet.
Talk.
That's beautiful.
I
was gonna TED Talks was gonna be one of my converse because the guy who said that Pookie is looking fantastic, he gave a TED Talk recently.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it was on. Well, I mean, if the TED Talk was how to well outkick your coverage, then maybe I would listen. But yeah,
That's insane.
I think it's very cool that the kids are going to get to play at Bushnell.
I think it's very
Like,
beautiful.
You played, you coach, like it's like you said, a very full circle thing. It's I would encourage you, Nate, take a lot of pictures. I feel like because, like you said, it's time for you to move on past coaching youth ball for lots of reasons, and I mean we've talked about them, on and off
It's a
the air
third
now.
job. It's a third job.
Yeah.
That's always what it's been.
It's a
but
third job.
It's great.
You need to, as you're getting older, Nate, you need to allocate time for yourself and for your mental health and not burn the candle at all three ends. There are only two ends of a candle, Nate, but you're burning it at a third. So I am proud of you, as always. I'm proud of you. And I think you've blessed these kids, but take pictures because you'll want to look back and remember the time that Johnny Blausenberger was playing at Bushnell. You were coaching him for the travel team. You'll want to remember that.
100%. Yeah, I brought my camera. So yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend in Oregon. Rhys, are we drafted? What's on your mind, pal?
Hell yeah, we're drafting. We're drafting unhinged email sign-offs, and we are getting weird.
What?
Rhys, can you give us some context to this?
One of my favorite things, I see it all the time on Twitter, on TikTok, is people sending unhinged email sign-offs at the end of their emails to their bosses to see if they notice or things like that. And as someone who sends a lot of emails, I constantly think about sending some unhinged email things. If I ever had to email Ross, Matt, or Smada, I might add some of these at the end of the day. I have quite a few really good ones.
Yeah.
I do. I like unhinged stuff, and I think that this would be really funny. And I would like to indulge in this and have a draft because I feel like we drafts play well, and we can kind of go in whatever direction you want to go in. I can go first if you want. We can change the draft order.
I think we just run with it however you want to. This is great.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm excited to see where this goes.
I think I'm gonna have a back-to-back win in this draft. By the way,
So-
I won the cheating draft. We didn't put a poll out there on social media, probably for the best. The staff said that I won.
Yours was
Pretty
awesome. What was the one that you
pretty-
picked that was so funny?
Oh, in line at Subway.
Yeah, the Subway was a brutal one. House Hunters was a brutal one. There were several very good ones on Reese's.
Yes. Live PD might have been the best.
That was my
But-
favorite, but
Live PD and the Container Store were absolute barn
Container-
burners. That was barn burn. Like,
Poor Will didn't know what he was walking into in that draft.
no, poor.
I love
Will.
that guy.
how about
He's
we
like
go?
6'10".
Let's go Rhys Drew me for this draft because I think that's not the order that we just did, and I'm just gonna figure it out. I can't do research on this. I'm just going.
Okay,
Okay.
so here, let's just change the draft a little bit. I'm doing this.
Never mind. I found a Reddit that has these. So
Yeah, there's some.
So Rhys, you and I have talked, and without kind of giving away the impetus of this between our conversation, you and I have talked a lot about emailing. Rhys, you compliment my emailing more than probably you complimented anything in my life. But I love it. It's a funny thing that you really are just. But we talk a lot about email sign-offs, and I'm almost positive I know what you're going to go with for number one.
Yes, I'm gonna go with a banger. For the end of my email, I hope this email finds you before I do.
It's so good. It's so good.
you've
Okay,
already run this. I'm not gonna get anything close to that.
There's some good ones. I've been doing research. I've been saving this topic so that when I needed a guaranteed win in a draft.
Oh,
Drew, I think
that's
it's you.
so good. The sheet
Oh,
says
it's-
Nate next.
Oh, it's me.
Nate,
Okay.
I thought we did. Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna
Trying to stall or
go.
anything.
I'm gonna go up yours, comma.
That's such a good
That's
one
good.
too.
That's so good.
Up yours,
I don't-
Nate Rasmussen.
Up yours, Nate Rasmussen, director of amateur baseball.
Full title. Full
Prospects
title.
Live.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with my first pick. I'm gonna go with I'm right behind you, Drew Wheeler. And that is taken from Rhys White. Like Rhys's brain came up with that, and I laughed till I cried when I read that. Okay, and then along the same conversation, I think I'm gonna go with begging you to do your job, comma, Drew Wheeler. Just because it's I can't elaborate on it without just burying myself. So anyway, Nate, that's you, pal.
Dude, I wish I should have put Nate at the wheel. Because
no.
Nate and I haven't had this conversation.
I have so many, and I have a funny one, but it's not YouTube friendly. I can't say it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go with hatred, comma.
Okay.
I'm not gonna win this, but I love listening to you guys say these.
With
I'm not
hatred is a really good one, actually.
I'm not an emailer. I don't use the email, so no one has ever emailed me with a funny sign off before. So this is awesome. I'm gonna start doing this.
With hatred is really good because you see, like, with respect, sincerely, with love, which I think love is a perfectly unhinged depending on when you send it. Like if you're sending to like a work colleague and you're like, all right, yeah, I need that by 5 o'clock today. Love, Drew. Like that's anyway. So that's giving the draft away.
Yours could have been better is if you said with spite. With spite would have been so much funnier. Could you imagine reading it at the end of an email?
With spite.
I'm gonna go begrudgingly. Just that's it. Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly, Rhys White. Oh no.
Okay. Drew, you took two of my really good ones.
I'm sorry. I have a list of
my 1-1.
left.
That's like a Rock Chalowski level 1-1 right there.
Oh, it's so good.
How would I
find you before I do?
I'm gonna send that to the next Prospects Live email I have to send. When I ask for a credential to a game tomorrow. Okay. I need to finish. I need to land this plane. I'm right behind you, begging you to do your job. Oh, this is so hard. I can't even think of a third one. Drew, you've taken all my good ones.
Sorry.
Oh, this is such good podcasting. I'm gonna have to go onto Reddit to see what they got because I don't want to do live. That one's not funny. Yours is actually pretty good.
Up yours is very good.
Okay, I got one. If you have any questions, ask someone else.
Yeah. Very good. That one is the best.
You gotta get on the email game.
That one is so good too because, like, you have to read the full sentence to finally just like, okay, if you have any question, ask someone else. Like, and then at that point you just feel like a jerk off because you're like, that's so good. Nate, bring her home. What do you got?
Do I have one more or two more? Oh,
One
this
more.
is only a 3-man
3 by
draft.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I want to keep
shoot,
it.
I gotta pick between. I got two good ones, guys.
We can do honorable mentions if you want.
Oh,
we always
Okay.
tend to
Okay.
throw 'em
I'll
in
just
there.
go. I'll go with this one. There's no toilet paper in the bathroom, comma, Nate Rasmussen. Great podcasting, Drew.
I like that one for the same reason that I like Love. It's just you read it and you're like I'm playing so much to you have to watch this on YouTube, please, because the face like it's a very like like what is
Could you
it?
imagine you work remote? That'd be even funnier. That'd be so funny.
Oh no.
You're a remote worker.
Oh,
I'm gonna start sending emails
I can't
just
wait.
to use these.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, I have 4 left on my list.
Oh, that one would have been so good. Oh, I have a really good one for honorable
Guys, let's do
mentions.
another round. We all have more.
All right, let's go
Okay.
4. Let's go 4.
You're
Okay,
the, you're
let's
the
go
one who
4.
wanted to get out of here quickly, okay?
I know.
You're the one who's like, I gotta
I
do stuff
know.
tonight.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to get to use both of the ones that I came up with. So, Begging You to Do Your Job was a Drew Wheeler creation. I'm right behind
I
you.
wonder
as a Rhys White.
why that one. I wonder why that one was created. We're not gonna go into it.
We can't go into it. But so these 2 I have come up with. So again, Unhinged.
No, I'm still laughing at Nate's. Nate's is the best one so far.
There's no toy. That is so good. All right, so I'm gonna go with Unhinged in a different direction for my number 3 pick. I'm gonna go with Thrusting Rhythmically, Drew Wheeler.
You're gonna talk. Get ready to learn HR, buddy.
You're ready to learn HR, pal. Yeah, Thrusting Rhythmically, because I can't think of anything more unhinged to see at the conclusion of an email that's inevitably business related than Thrusting Rhythmically. And then let's bring it home with another one that I think is unhinged, but going back to we've veered into just the absurd territory. I'm gonna go with Dangerously Annoyed, Drew Wheeler.
It's classy.
It's classy, but it has kind of the same vibe as Up Yours, or I Hope This Email Finds You Before I Do. It's just a little more restrained, but yet still unhinged. So very, very happy with my draft. Nate, that's going to bring us to you for round 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I Can Fire You If I Want, Nate Rasmussen. That's pulled
That sounds
straight from the
like-
Rhys White archives.
I was about to say, that's from Rhys's archives. I know.
I'm
I've heard that
surprised
one
I
before.
hadn't got that one yet in an email, but I haven't. So I've learned well from.
I think we just stop texting each other. We just start emailing.
Mhm.
Just really make the company look better. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna end off with a good one. Crying.
Crying, Rhys White. Oh, man.
I got
What a
honorable mentions.
draft.
That was maybe the best draft yet.
Okay.
What are your
I wanna hear
honorable mentions, Nate?
See you at Coldplay tonight.
That's tough.
You should have picked that one. That one's so good.
From Rock Bottom.
I had At Rock Bottom.
At rock bottom. Oh, I was just gonna put
Very
rock
good.
bottom, comma. Just keep it simple.
Moaning but content, comma, Nate Rasmussen. And then what if you just sent a picture of yourself? That was my last one. Then I was thinking, what if you just sent a silly selfie instead?
It's just you in the bathroom after
It's a picture of the roll. Yeah, that's what I got.
No, you're like angling yourself up a little bit. That'd be fantastic. Sure, go with your honorable mentions.
All right, my honorable mentions. This one's all over Reddit, but I did laugh. All Blues, No Clues, Drew Wheeler. I do
Nice.
like the rhyming in that with my name as well. All Blues, No Clues, Drew Wheeler. That's very, very classy. And then for my last one, I didn't see this on anything, but it is pulled from the archive of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line, Drew Wheeler. I think
Nice.
that's great. It's very authoritative, but certainly unhinged. So.
Yeah. Well, guys, we did it. What do you got, Rhys?
I was gonna do It'd Be Like That Sometimes, Rhys White. That would be really good. It is what it is, Rhys White.
It'd be like that.
Could you imagine you're
I'm
sending
almost-
an email to apologize and you're like, it is what it is, Rhys White.
I'm almost positive my dad at some point in his life has had "It Is What It Is" as his email sign off. I do think it was under his name. So like Eric Wheeler, "It Is What It Is," and like I remember thinking, what an odd statement. But anyway,
Instead
no,
of-
"It Is What It
instead
Is"
of
is so
can't-
good.
Instead of can't complain, can complain. Rhys White. All right, fellas.
Could complain.
Where can they find you on socials, Drew?
Oh my gosh. I'm not prepared for this. You can find me, let's see, on Twitter at drewisokay. You can find me on Instagram at drewisokay. I did find one of my unhinged Instagram posts that I will show you guys as well before we wind down. You can find me on Bluesky at okay. Nate, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
You can find me. Okay, find me on Bluesky at thedynastyguru.bsky.social. There you go. I'm not the Dynasty Guru, but you can find me. And then this is the Instagram post I was going to show you guys. So this is from one of those, like, you make a character and choose decisions for them. So I made it look like the Joker, and then the text said, "Are you sure her name is the Joker?" And my caption is just, "Yeah."
It's peak social media right there.
That's such early Instagram.
Yeah.
Peak social media. I think that had like 4 likes. I begged Mallory to let me keep that one. She refused. So anyway, that's where you can find me. Nate, where can they find you on socials?
You can find me if you're fast enough. Rhys, where can they find you?
What the hell is that?
I don't think that needs any more explanation. I feel like that's pretty straightforward.
For fast enough?
If you're fast enough.
If they're fast enough, they can find it.
If you're fast enough, you'll find me.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. Okay, I thought that was an app. Because you explained that one dartboard app. I'm still lost. It's a Bluetooth. It sounds like a scam. Anyways, you can find me on socials at rhysbwhite. You can find me on Instagram at Rhys White, where I don't really have anything on there. If you want to see pictures of that I've taken hiking, you can see that, I guess. And you can follow me on Bluesky at Rhys White, where I'm going to try to get better about posting. I no guarantees that I will, actually, though.
Sounds like a plan, fellas. Well, that was another
How's that
great
for
episode of On Deck, man. 21 in. We've been having a lot of fun with this. Hope you guys are as well. And we will see you on Tuesday.
I hope
Goodbye.
this podcast finds you before I do.
I hope this podcast finds you before Rhys does.
I can't let her go. I can't let her down. As the last song